Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day you're watching this broadcast. This is Dr. Eric Tangumonkem with IEM Approach, where we inspire, equip, and motivate people to discover God's great potential in them, develop that potential, and deploy it. I want to welcome you to today's broadcast. And if you haven't shared, please can you go ahead and share and invite other people to join us. I cannot interact with you directly because this broadcast is being streamed on many different platforms. However, I would like your feedback. It's important for me to know what you're thinking. You may not agree with everything I say, that's fine. What is important is that we have this conversation. I have been talking about these different topics because I think they are going to help you as an immigrant to not only succeed, but to excel, to get to the top. There's already drive in you to do well. That is why you are here. We've touched on many different topics, and that of today is going to be a touchy one. And I want you to listen and listen very carefully because you can easily misinterpret or misunderstand what I'm trying to talk about today. You've come this far, and I don't want you to settle down for less. You've given up so much. I don't want you to settle down for less. You've sacrificed a lot already. I don't want you to settle down for less. It's important for you to understand what is at stake. If not, you are going to buy into the idea of being comfortable. You're going to buy into the idea of diversity. You're going to buy into the idea of maintaining what you came with. There are aspects of your life that, yes, you should do everything to maintain, because those aspects of your life cut across all cultures, they cut across every society. I'm talking about character, integrity, honesty, being truthful and faithful. Those you always need. I'm going to be talking today about integrating your culture carefully. Integrating your culture carefully. I'm not bashing any culture. Please listen to me. Please listen to me. I know how dear we hold to our way of life. I know how comfortable and the joy that it brings to us to listen to a certain type of music and dress in a certain way. However, you don't have to let anything come in between you and your why of coming to this country in the first place. I'm going to be as frank as possible. If your culture, if how you dress, how you eat, and even some of the things you believe, if everything was working for you, you will not be here, right? You will not move. You will stay where you are because it's delivering for you. Those who are telling you that, oh, don't change. Maintain everything you brought into the country with you. They say it, that they love you. They think they do, but they don't. I'm not accusing them of being malicious. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. They are encouraging you to stay in the place of predictability, not to take risk, For you, they want you to be comfortable. Come on. It is going to prevent you from growing. Comfort, predictability, the usual, the normal, never ever brings results. Yeah, we talk about plurality, we talk about diversity. At what cost? For what purpose? What are we trying to achieve? When we say everybody has to be represented, what is it that we are representing? Have we asked the basic question of why did somebody move from one country to another? Why did people move to the United States in particular? Why did they move here? It's a question that we must answer. If not, we are just creating chaos. We are preventing people from rising up to the occasion. You cannot tell the immigrants to remain the way they are and not change. I'm not politically correct. I don't want to be, because political correctness is one of the evils of our times. It's evil, masquerading as good. Now you tell me you are an immigrant and they're telling you not to learn English and you are happy about it. How is that going to help you? And I want to ask those people who are pushing for this. How are you helping the immigrants when you are shutting them from being able to learn the language, learn to read, and be able to access information? How is this going to help them? You know very well that these people came here because something attracted them. You know. And you are telling them, oh, just be the way you were. Don't change. How is that going to move them forward? No wonder we're having a lot of problems and a lot of issues. Because we're talking about trying to put together a tapestry. I'm in for the melting pot. I'm in for assimilation. I didn't say that being assimilated is because your culture is inferior. I didn't say being assimilated is because your culture is backward. By the way, we are not our culture. We are more than that. The human spirit is above any culture. Don't let people tell you, oh, your identity is in how you dress, your identity is in what you eat, your identity is in what you wear, your identity is... That is not your identity. You are more than that. And that is why we can change the externals and we still remain human. In fact, what really matters is what is in the inside, what people don't see. Your character, integrity, honesty, being truthful. Those things matter a lot and they matter everywhere. When I just came to the United States, I had 3 roommates. One from Turkey, one from Uganda, and another student that was born here. He was an American. Prior to coming here, I brought some smoked fish with me. I had only 1 suitcase and the fish was in the suitcase. And when I came to the country, it took me 3 days to find my own place to rent on campus. So when that fish was being smoked, the smoking did not dry it enough. So the fish was not completely dry. When I brought in The fish, I didn't put in the refrigerator. Because of that, the fish started smelling. But I grew up eating smoked fish, and at times the fish is smelly. We don't care. It's an acquired taste or something like that. And I would boil the fish in the apartment. We all had our separate rooms, but we shared the same living area and the same kitchen. And when this American student would get into the room, he would sniff around. Something smells, something smells. What is stinky here? What is stinking here? What is stinking here? It's nasty. What, man? What are you eating? What are you cooking like this? He would go ahead and open the windows and open the door. That was in the middle of summer. We are running the AC. He has to open the whole place to ventilate and let out the bad smell. In my mind, I was thinking, dude, come on, get along with the program, right? You don't eat fish. It's fish. This is how we eat in my village. This is how we eat. It's smelling, so what? I like it. It's an acquired taste. I wish I know what I know now. There was no point for me subjugating the whole everybody to the smelly fish. Now you may be telling me, but what is wrong in that? You need to understand how to select the good things in your culture, those that are going to fit and move you forward. I don't think within that context it was really fair for me to keep boiling that fish and making the room to smell for everybody. I almost lost an opportunity to develop friendships with these guys because I insisted I must have my fish. No, the beauty is that we can change. I came here, I was 27, never driven a car, and now I drive. Never used a washing machine, now I do. Never used a microwave, now I do. Computers, now I do. There are many things that I've learned, and there are also others I've dropped. Now you may be like, oh, why is he talking about this? You know, what the heck is going on here? What I'm saying is this. You are bringing something important into this country. However, there are other things that you are bringing that are not going to help you move forward. You have to identify them and discard them. You cannot live exactly the way you lived in your old country and you think it's going to help you move forward in this country. You're not going to go far if you insist in doing things your own way. There is a country ahead of you to build, and the way you do it is by extracting those things out of your culture that can help this country move forward and integrating them. We have to be integrated. It's very important. You have to get assimilated, if I may have to use that word. But I'm not using assimilation here from the perspective of you're going to lose yourself. How are you going to lose yourself when what counts is integrity? What counts is being faithful? What counts is being honest? What counts is having character? How are you going to lose yourself when you operate from love? How are you going to lose yourself? I'm not the clothes I wear. I'm not the food that I eat. Likewise, you. You are more than that. And that is why when we have all these clashes from external stuff that doesn't really matter, we need to wake up. People are insisting that we remain in our ways when in the long run it's not going to help us. It's not. If you don't learn English, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Some doors will not open because you don't know how to speak English. It's a fact. You may feel comfortable now staying where you are and not growing up. A time will come when you will regret it. So the sooner you start realizing that, oh, I need to fit in, the better. And if you don't want to fit in, what in God's world are you doing? What in the world are you doing here if you don't want to fit in? If you don't want to fit in, you want to be an oddball. Then why did you come here in the first place? Why did you come here if you don't want to fit in? It's important for you to understand that culture is not set in stone. You can make adjustments. You can change. I'm saying this because of what we call the Bantu man time or the African time. I'm not just picking on Africans. Central Americans do the same thing. I remember when I just got here, my supervisor told me, oh, I have this student from Peru. When he says an event is starting at 3, just know it's going to start at 6. I've gone to tons of Cameroonian occasions, the same thing. At times they're told, oh, we are starting at 6. People show up at 10, 4 hours late. Just imagine that, 4 hours late. Why? Because that is how they were raised. They're used to, they're comfortable. Wake up. You are in a new system. You cannot continue operating like that. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. We can't keep wasting time like that. And then they will show up at 10 p.m. The food will be eaten at 11 p.m. No wonder. No wonder. Most of you are looking at the way you're looking. You're eating too late in the night. What for? You are in a different system. It's time to make the necessary adjustments. African time doesn't work here. You may have your own subculture of African time. It's going to hamper you from getting to the top because you're wasting time over the weekend. There's no time to waste. How far you go is measured by your efficiency of converting your time into goods and services. It's very important to make these adjustments. While assimilation is having a bad rap because of political correctness, I want you to think about this. When you want to make food, if you want to prepare a pot of soup, you need different ingredients. If it's a meat soup, you're going to need some meat. If it's fish soup, you're going to need some fish, some vegetables, depending, some spices, and some oil. I like to cook. You just put everything in there. And then you turn on the heat. You turn on the heat. I like the heat part. Do you know why when you put all your ingredients in the pot, you need the heat? Do you know why? Because you need to change those ingredients. You need to change them. The heat is going to heat them up. The ingredients will get uncomfortable. When they get uncomfortable, like, whoa, something is going on here. We need to talk to each other. And that is why they will mingle. And out of that pot of soup, a sweet aroma will flow out. That is when you can enjoy the soup. If you put the ingredients together, you heat them up, and they refuse to change, your soup is going to go south. You are not going to have any soup. No soup, because the different ingredients refused to change and become part of the soup. Change is very difficult. Change is not easy. But you must change if you want to succeed. You must change if you want to do well. You are here. It's time to stand up to the occasion, make the adjustments that are necessary so that you can get assimilated and move the country forward. If not, I don't know why you're doing here. You need to answer that question. It's very important. However, if you want to do well, you have to integrate your culture carefully. Every aspect of your culture that you bring on the table, ask yourself this basic question. What problem am I solving with this aspect of my culture? I say that because the fastest way to the top is by solving problems, is by providing solutions. If you want to stand out, you have to solve a problem. If you want to stand out, you have to provide solutions. And that is why if you are showcasing any aspect of your culture, are you solving a problem with it? Are you creating a business opportunity? Why are you insisting on showcasing a particular aspect of your culture? If not, you're wasting time. If not, you are not going to get to where you have to get to. It's important to think about this. I didn't say your culture was bad. I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. What I'm saying is that you need to think and make sure you are adding value. You are bringing something on the table. There is a lot of push these days for people to eat healthily, to move away from processed foods to whole foods. Some of you, from where you're coming from, you eat a lot of whole foods. And those are good aspects of your culture that you can introduce to the rest of the country so that we can have a better and healthier country. It's not everything that you bring that is bad, but you have to make sure that those that are going to hamper you, you drop them as fast as possible. Because at the end of the day, you are more than what you eat, you are more than what you drink, you are more than what you wear. What really counts is integrity, is character, it's love. Don't be afraid to become part of the soup. That is when your aroma is going to come out. Don't be afraid to get assimilated. There's a big push for diversity. Diversity for what purpose? Diversity for what purpose? Why are we pushing diversity? To make people comfortable? No woman in their right mind will refuse their child from being born because the woman wants the baby to stay in the womb forever. It's comfortable in there. Everything is provided. Oh, my baby should stay in there forever. Don't come out. No woman in the right mind will do that. The child has to come out for the child to grow. It's crucial for you to understand that. Don't go for comfort. Don't go for the familiar. Don't go for that which comes naturally. You have to understand that to grow, you have to make some changes. You have to make some changes. It's going to be difficult, but you've already sacrificed so much. You've come this far. Don't settle down for less. People may tell you, we are doing it for your good. No, it's not for your good. If you don't change, you are not going to go far. Some doors no open because you are stuck in your ways. Never forget why you left your country of birth and why you came to this country in the first place. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you haven't gotten a copy of this book, I encourage you to do so. The books are on Amazon. They are on my website. There is a web link for you to get a book directly at the bottom of this presentation. If you need many copies, more than one copy, we have discounting available as well. Reach out to me. Let's have that conversation. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so. Click that the bell so that each time I'm live online, you can be notified as well. You've been listening to Dr. Eric Tangumonkem with IEM Approach, where we inspire, equip, and motivate people to discover God's great potential in them, develop that potential, and deploy it. Until next time, God bless you.